So then how long have you been podcasting then?
I don't know.
I want to say that.
But you know what? This episode is all about numbers.
Is it?
Yes. So, we could start there. Welcome, everybody, to Chalker Sights and Sounds, a podcast made by multi-site chalker operators.
I want to do your edges before we...
My edges are fine.
They're fine, but I want to do your edges before...
I don't need.
I want to do edges before.
I can do my own edges.
No, I know you can.
You have not been supportive of my edges.
No, I want to. I'm literally looking at you.
I'm going to get ready. I have to take a shower. I have to do my makeup. I have to do my hair. I'm aware, but right now it's just us in the podcast. I know that they're not judging my edges.
They're not judging your edges. I just want to do your edges.
Oh my gosh, do they look that bad?
You have soft curly hair, so this is bothering me because it's nice and curly. It's cute because it's giving that natural edges, but then you have this cute little swoop right here. So I'm just like, it's fine.
Do you see how you're stressing me out? We are recording. We are live.
I felt it. That's why I said it's fine. Like immediately, like it's fine. But no, it's fine. But I just want to swoop them. And you have just the cutest baby's hair. Like your hair texture is very
Oh my gosh.
Her hair texture is giving What's the saying you said back in the day? You got ending in your family.
No comment. I will look up for funsies when our first episode was, and then we can take it from there. Okay. As I was saying before, welcome back everyone to Chalker Sights and Sounds, a podcast made by multi-site childcare operators for you. Whoever is watching, this is for you.
She's Dani and I'm Gigi. Hi guys.
That is correct. I forgot that part.
Yes.
Last episode, I was on with my cousin, Lauren. And I actually have an update from that episode. I don't know if you listened to the whole thing, but we were talking about the EdTPA. And if you don't know, EdTPA is the portfolio that's required to put together for if you're trying to be a certified teacher. And we were talking about how neither one of us did it. We didn't feel like going through that process.
You don't have to take the test?
We don't have to do the EdTPA anymore. That's what I was going to say as the update. And, did you hear it from the interview? Is that why you're saying that? Because I found out yesterday in the interview I did with the person we just hired to be the admin assistant.
No, I just saw somebody posted on social media. Like, so in fairness, I haven't been on Gigi Solutions Instagram, so I went on there yesterday and someone was like talking about it. And I'll be honest with you, I just skimmed right past it because that's not a path that I want, but I thought it was interesting quickly, and I meant to actually send it to you because it's something you're always seeking people who are certified. And I know you once upon a time wanted to be certified, like you did all the tests. I think like you just had like one more to do or something.
I just have to do the EdTPA.
Yeah. So now that you don't need it, like you could, well not you, but anyone else who don't need it anymore can now be considered by the DOE as certified if they take just certified in period, right?
Well, I think you still have to apply for certification, but yes, once you take the exams and then you apply, I think the EdTPA is the only thing that's not necessary anymore, but you still have to probably take the exams. So once you've passed the exams and you apply for certification and you get certified, I think that's it.
Yeah.
But the EdTPA is something that was holding me up, and I know held up a lot of people.
Is that the hardest part of that whole process?
I would say so. Some people might say, like, I know there's been some, like, I know someone that kept failing the exam. Like, there's a math part of an exam. You have to pass, like, I think it's called a multi-subject test, and they kept failing the math part.
Wow.
So
literally that one part was holding them up.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people's gonna be ecstatic that they don't have to
right, but for me it was just everything that had to go into the EdTPA was just too overwhelming, time consuming, and not worth it for me, because at that time when I was doing it I had already started my home daycare. So now if that's not required anymore, I sure am going to look into, even though what am I going to use it for?
It's good
but
to
it's
have.
good to have. Because, like, if an opportunity comes up, like if we were going to open a center in one of the 5 boroughs, the director does have to have a certification. Yes. And although, like, let's be real, I would not be the director forever.
But it could be good on paper for startup if need be.
Yes, it would be good. Yeah, because if we needed an extra few months to find the perfect director, but we don't want to delay opening, I could absolutely be the director temporarily if needed. But we'll see if I go through that process. But back to your question from before, our first episode was published on YouTube, at least. I don't know if we published it at the same time on audio. Mm-hmm. So whoever's listening or watching, if you could do that research. On YouTube, it was June 16, 2020. So it was just before we opened. And we were probably a few weeks out from, like, actually, I think we were, like, literally 2 weeks out from signing the lease for our second location. Yeah.
Okay, but what did we say that? Okay, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Why do I feel like it was longer than that? 3 years? It's a little longer. This year will make 3 years.
This June will make 3 years. We should do something. We could get a number 3 balloon.
I agree.
Right here.
It's a celebration. Did you see 3 years? I don't see anything. It was a fun thing to do. And now look at it now, 3 years later.
Yes. Thousands of views later, and listens and downloads and all of that. And we have such great comments. I keep forgetting to bring that up.
Yeah, you never told me. Well, I don't have access to it.
Well, yes. First of all, yes. I didn't mean comments. I meant reviews. Oh. So you can see the reviews. Anybody can see the reviews. And speaking of reviews, if you're watching this on YouTube, it would be much appreciated by both of us if you could go to, if you have an iPhone or somewhere where you can go to Apple Podcasts. Go to Apple Podcasts, type in Childcare Sights and Sounds, find us, right? I'm showing you the picture. This is what the picture looks like. Childcare Sights and Sounds on Apple Podcasts. Scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says ratings and reviews right here, right? And then hit that 5-star. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. Hit the number 5 and leave a review while you're there. I'll read the last few that we have. We got 2 reviews recently that I noticed weeks later. Gilandia says, very inspirational and informative. Aww. 5 stars. Amazing podcast is what she put.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gilandia.
Much appreciated.
And someone named TKK says, I was really happy when I stumbled up. Well, the subject is much needed. 5 stars. Thank you for that. Then she says, I'm not sure, says, I was really happy when I stumbled upon Dani's YouTube videos and this podcast. I've been entertaining the idea of opening my own center for years, and I'm finally getting started with the process. I've always known that it wouldn't be easy, but this podcast has inspired me to go for it, and it gives me hope that I'll succeed as well. I love the fact that Dani and Gigi gives real life experiences on the day-to-day operations and life of owning and managing multiple centers. I appreciate it and will continue to follow, listen, watch, and support. Thank you.
That gave me goosebumps. Thank you. No, because sometimes you just don't know. Yeah. And that thank you goes a long
Yes,
way.
It really does. Yes. It really does. It's really what helps me to
keep going.
It's week 3 now. Is it week 3? No, this is week 4. I was gonna say 4. Every Tuesday, an episode is coming out. Yes. Please.
Those comments will keep us accountable to keep it coming.
It helps us to realize people are watching, listening, paying attention, looking forward to it, all of that. So June 16th, 2020 was the first episode. And yeah, we can definitely do something to celebrate.
I agree.
Speaking of celebrations,
our anniversary is coming up.
Yes, not our anniversary, but
the company's anniversary is coming up. It's not like it's in a relationship. Do you think people, if we're out and about, they think if we're together?
I don't know.
Interesting. Anyways, the company's
we're not.
So she said. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, my mom's calling me. Hold on. Let me just make sure.
I was supposed to press the buttons over there.
Okay, good. Gael's here.
Hi.
She actually made it.
You was talking about me?
Yes, I was. All right, we're in the middle of recording. I'll call you back.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. Remind me to touch on the subject of my mom.
Okay.
But yes, our anniversary is coming up on Friday.
The 30th.
The 6th year, the 30. Is it the 30th or is it the 31st? I think it's the 31st.
30th is a Friday, isn't it? Because I have it on my calendar.
No, the 31st is a Friday.
I have it on my calendar. The 31st is a Friday. Sorry,
Yeah.
yes, it's the 31st.
I think our anniversary is the 31st.
Yes.
And not the 30th.
You know what I'm thinking of? Don't ask me why. Did I put it in the calendar? Our anniversary party. I think that's why I'm confusing it for that Saturday.
I'm getting this fancy calculator that you love so much.
So
Isn't this calculator so cute? If you're listening audio only, come over to youtube.com/JannieChristine so you can see my cute calculator. You're gonna need it in a second.
It's like a toy. But
Isn't it? But like, I feel so fancy when I'm typing in the numbers because of how like.
Only Dani. She likes the click clack noise. Just so you know, that's all that it is.
I got tired of using my phone calculator when I'm doing calculations because I also need to text or call people and type. It's like, you know what? Calculators still exist.
They sure do.
I could buy one.
You sound like you're doing multiple things at once.
Always.
So
but,
what numbers you're crunching?
Well, anniversary first.
Okay. All right.
So 6 years on Friday. I reached out to, this is a surprise for all the staff, so don't say anything.
As we say this on a platform.
Hopefully no one's listening. Yeah.
Next week, Tuesday.
I don't think anyone is going to hear this. But
hopefully. I think 1 and 2. Okay. Okay. Ahead. Yeah.
I got inspired by Latrice, the childcare chick on Instagram.
Latrice.
She does. I noticed that she does like a lot. Whenever there's a special holiday, she does like nice decorative, like balloon arrangements.
Okay.
And like just nice decorations and things.
Like baby showers and stuff. Baby showers, engagement parties, like
just like like a balloon garlands, things like that. And I was like, that is so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so because we decided not to do, or I decided.
She knew it was coming.
I decided not to do a big extravagant gala this year for our anniversary. Because we're taking our staff on a cruise. We are going on a cruise in 3 months. Not even 3 months. We're going to be in Bermuda with our team. We don't need to have a whole luxury gala event like we did last year. The only reason I'm going with her is because she also don't want to have a holiday party. You missed out on the last morning meeting call we had where I said...
because I was in the classroom, but go ahead.
Where I said that since staff were asking about the gala...
Yes, in the chat.
But then we followed up in the meeting. Okay. You were late to the meeting.
Okay. I was working. I think Dani forgets I work on site, but go ahead.
So I said, because they were talking about the... certain staff members are asking about why we're not having a gala. I said we could consider doing something. We're not having a gala. It's too short. It's too soon. And we're doing the cruise. But we can possibly do something for the holidays.
I'll take that because I got no before. I'll take the possibility.
Yeah, possibly.
It could be functionable, small. It doesn't have to be as extravagant. And the thing with Dani is, and I love her big heart for it, she likes to include everybody. Some things could just be for staff and a few people because you open it up to parents, the community. Oh yeah, remind me to talk about that Congress. We'll start off small. So let's do this for Admiral. Let's do this, and then next conversation with somebody else. Hey everyone, we're doing this, and I'm like, oh, it's open to everyone. Okay.
Because wait,
and then she kicks herself financially. She'll be like, "What am I doing?" Yes, we're hopping. Okay, yes.
Latrice inspired her. The way that she sets up her front of her centers, like during special occasions, inspired me to like try to do something like that for our anniversary since we're not having a separate celebration. I was like, let me see if we can set up something cute and nice and like acknowledge our anniversary on site instead of a big event. Okay. So I reached out to one of our former employees, the one that she did our balloon arch, our huge balloon arch for us on graduation day last year. So I asked her, like, do you think you could, we have 3 sites now. I think we had it when she did that too, but we did it in the graduation place on stage. But I asked her, do you think you could possibly do this at all 3 of our locations in one night? And she said, yeah. Like, she gave me different options. I'm smudging my
mascara.
I forgot I had it on.
That's
you definitely asked me if I was doing my makeup. I said yes, and I definitely didn't.
And I'm not a makeup person.
I put on mascara and I said that's good enough right now.
But it's obvious when we, like, one of us only have it. I wanted both of our face to glow, and of course.
Well, I'm about to get ready to go out. I wasn't gonna. I didn't want to. Anyway. I reached out to her and she gave me options. We're basically going to do like a half garland, like a half balloon arch with a big number 6 and the letters A and E, and with like the balloons inside the letters. And like she's going to set up a cute little presentation space in front of each of the center. Well, inside like when you open the front door, you can see it. Mm-hmm. And then I was thinking about doing bonuses and checks since it's also payday.
And also, again, I know you do a lot, and I feel like Dani feels like I'm the one who's always asking for a lot. Can you do like maybe lunch or breakfast? Please. I'm only asking because I also know like that what the icing on the cake will be to be like, oh my goodness, this is amazing, beautiful, and they're feeding us. Staff likes to be fed. They're like children, if it's possible. I would always end up with that if it's possible. Sure. And then maybe we could have it where
that's enough. That's enough.
We need to take pictures.
The decor.
No, like no one's gonna have like a moment during lunch to come back. Hey, this is our picture time frame. You know, if you're in your
we have our marketing manager.
Oh, let's see, I got a photographer.
Well, we have camera. I have cameras. I could give her a camera, but I'm sure the iPhone works just fine.
Meaning no photographer. That's fine.
No, we don't need a photographer.
Okay. And listen, I'll take what I could get. I won't push it, but yes. Arts.
Should we tell them to like dress nicely? It's pajama day actually. I already sent out the Spirit Week notice, and that Friday is pajama day.
That's a bad day to do it, Danielle.
You guys picked the days.
But we also didn't know you was going to do this extravagant thing because staff is going to want to, honestly, for me, like, I would want to, like, go find something cute, orange, what our theme is. You know, I'll go above and beyond and get makeup. And
maybe we can order, like, next day delivery. Like, we can gift them orange and, like our school colors pajamas.
And it have AE on it.
Well, I don't think we can get that fast. Because it's already it's 6 days away.
We need to brainstorm months in advance.
we really need to
sit like this and really brainstorm. That's when our best ideas come. And that would have been so cute. And
yeah, I think we can
all staff in orange pajamas with AM pajamas day, and it's our anniversary. That would have been perfect.
Hold on, let me see if Amazon.
Oh my god, I'm getting upset. That would have been so cute.
Not the arms crossed.
Yeah, I know what I'm with the right kids.
Pajamas.
I hang around the kids a lot. I think we can make it happen.
Oh. There are like orange pajamas.
I know, but I'm saying I think we can make it happen if we push.
Look at this, a thermal under skirt like that, or like this silk one. This
I like
silk
that,
one,
but long pants. Yes, because it's giving more like we're adults and sexy but yet the professional. But when I say like
pajama day,
not sexy,
you could use it,
or maybe make it kid if you got one with crayons. I want to see what she's talking about. Maybe we can make it kid themed, still orange, or maybe you could find one with like crayons on it or rainbows on it. It could be a childhood theme. Like, is there one with like?
This will get delivered by Tuesday. This silk one, yeah.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And then we could just quickly have small, medium, extra large. What would and the boys, the few men we have
sure
can
that
wear
they probably have men.
That's unisex. I feel like
it does not say unisex.
But I've seen men.
Didn't one of our drivers teach you about the buttons? I remember that because of like I remember he mentioned something that the buttons on men's clothes is on the left side or the right side,
so.
and
Either
the
that
women's
or the
is on the right side.
Either that or the tie.
It was the buttons, because I took that with me for years later. I was like, I never knew that. I was like, if something looks like it could be for, it was our uniform. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out which one
the teal uniform at the time.
Yeah, which one is men's and which one's women's, and he knew. I wonder if that's a thing that most men know.
Probably not.
I don't know.
If you're into fashion and clothes, I think you would know. But that one is perfect because even if it doesn't say unisex, men can wear this. Like, there's men pajamas like this. Yeah. And it's the same way. It's just that the cut, like the sleeve, would be a little bit different. Maybe Google unisex silk.
I'm sure that I can find the same exact one in men's versions. I'll try to find them. Or maybe they can wear the blue ones.
The navy blue ones. Oh, and we only have a few, and it'll be perfect. So you wouldn't have to spend so much on the blue one. It would just the orange one. You gotta get it in bulk. So the men, and because it's like 50 women that works for us, 30. And like 6 men.
That alone.
See, she played these ideas, and then when it's time to crunch the numbers, okay?
Get the calculator.
Hold on. And she used her phone calculator after she said she wasn't gonna do it no more. Look, you literally crunching the numbers. And you okay? You choking? What's George?
Wait, I broke it. Why isn't it working?
You broke it. Why broke it? I told you this calculator's weird. Good thing it just simply snaps back on. But right, so Latrice does that for events. So each center in their entryway is gonna have the balloon. Mm-hmm. I would say our second location is gonna be a little weird to do. We might have to do it in front office because when they open the door, because I do want to.
I think she can decorate right above, in the. It's not going to be a huge thing. Because even think of our first site. Yeah, exactly. Even think of the first site. I think that's going to be the most awkward space to try to decorate. Yeah, because both the doors, both doors have to open. I'm sure she'll figure it out.
The best one that has the best space for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but she'll figure it out.
I'm sure she'll figure it out.
But so with that, the pajamas, and it'll be perfect. Hopefully we'll give the pajamas out the night before and let them know, surprise, you have to wear this tomorrow. Or else. You have to wear this tomorrow. We're taking pictures. Come all glammed up because everyone's at risk. Everyone's like, no, my hair's not that. We're taking a picture. Oh my goodness. And then we could put it on our page. No one has done this. I like doing things.
I don't know if anybody has
done like a color themed pajamas with their child care.
I don't know. We don't know everybody's situation.
We're yang. She actually balanced me out. She's absolutely right. We don't know everybody's situation.
Anywho, speaking of the need to plan things months in advance, and speaking of my mom who called a few minutes ago, my mom, I think it's safe to say on this episode, is going to be joining us as our virtual assistant.
How do you feel about
Did I tell you that?
You did. I don't know if you want to edit this out, or you can if you want. 2 things. One, how do you feel about that? How does your dad feel about that?
My dad loves it.
Okay, only because
and highly encouraged.
Oh, okay. Only because I could be wrong. You could correct me. I just felt like the company is something like you and your dad have been doing for years. So I don't know if he would have been like, "Hey, mom's coming into it now." I thought it was a kind of like our thing, but no. Okay. Mm-hmm. And how did your mom feel coming into like what you and your dad had started?
I don't think there's any feelings of like possessiveness of like it's their company, my company. That's not the vibes at all. I think my only thing my mom was concerned about is like what she say? She was like, it's been she made a joke. She was like, I'm not that sharp anymore. I said, Mommy, like you're gonna be fine.
Just more than fine. And
I think she's just concerned of if she's gonna be able to do the tasks that I would need help with. Basically.
Yeah. But that's what you're here for. You're gonna coach her, and it's not like she has to like.
I gave her she's into like Samsung phones. I think it's Samsung.
Is she gonna be a good
I gave her the iPhone.
Not to be mean, but
she immediately was like, I don't want to do it anymore. like, mommy, it's all you're gonna be doing is answering the phone. You don't need to do a lot with it. And then like I could tell that it was really bothering her because I gave it to her yesterday. She was here overnight, and as she was getting ready to leave just now, I said, Mommy, let me see your phone. Let me see if I could put Grasshopper on the phone. And and it did install on her phone.
Okay,
so
she's comfortable using that. Maybe try that.
Yeah.
If anything, we could have the calls transferred to her phone.
No, yeah, she has her iPhone too,
it has
now. So whenever someone calls our enrollment number, it's gonna go to her phone.
Okay, so you took the iPhone back. You're just gonna let her.
I took it back. I said, if you're not gonna like it, like I could give it to somebody else. We have other people we're trying to hire.
I know the person in our billing department was asking about a phone, but she was so maybe
she might have a landline phone in a few weeks.
Yeah,
in her office.
Okay, that worked out better for her, anyways.
But I'm so excited to have. The reason I bring up my mom is because, or planning in advance is because, I'm excited to have her as like. I said this in an Instagram story that I posted last week. I said that I have so many big ideas all the time, and I never have enough time in a day to work through them. So now having someone. Yeah, unless I choose to stay up all night. And even then, it's like, at some point, it's like, okay, I have to stop. I have to go to sleep.
Yeah.
So now it's like, I can, the things that usually take me a long time are things like, going through parents' requests for registration forms, sending those forms, making sure that like tedious things that don't really require like figuring it out. It's just getting the task done, but it's time consuming. So now having somebody that can like go through and just do whatever like simple task is asked that doesn't require a lot, it's just a little bit of time, will free up a lot more time to like think about things. And also I told her one thing we really need help with is paying attention to the calendar. Like at the beginning of the summer, oh my god, my eye is bothering me. Hold on.
Is it your contact?
Yeah, I have to take it out. Okay. 1 second.
No,
entertain the people.
Or you could just edit this. We could edit this.
All right.
You took them out.
I'm back. I switched it.
Oh wow. Oh, quick.
Yeah. But anyway, I was telling her that we need help. Oh, George, you're knocking the camera, buddy.
So you was telling her?
I was telling her that we need help paying attention to our school calendar because we plan all these nice events months, sometimes a year in advance. And then the day gets the best. Each day gets the best of us.
As we get closer and closer, we just forget. And like a week before, we're like, oh. Because that's when we're
Or not even the week before. The day after. It's like, oh, weren't we supposed to have a workshop yesterday?
Because, this is too, we're working and then we open a calendar. We're not looking like down the line. It's like as we get closer, we're like, wait, hold on. What's coming up?
Yeah. So I told her that I want her to be a part of our morning meetings when we have them. And I want her to like let us know, ladies, don't forget next month is this blah blah blah.
We need to get a topic, or we need to figure out what we're gonna do, and let's start planning. I agree.
I also told her first task is gonna be scheduling all of our field trips for the summer. Okay. So starting on Monday, she's gonna call all the field trips and like in-house people, locations, and this transportation company and all of that.
I think you picked the best person for this.
I do too.
Because I don't see you wanting to devour so much time in a new person. I feel like you picked a person that has an idea or understand you as an individual and your business. And I know your mom's seen you from day one pour so much into it. So I know she knows how much this means to you and will like seriously help take off the weight for you.
Yeah. Or be honest about if she doesn't want to or can't do it.
You think someone
rather than no? I think someone will pretend like
for months.
I know that I know what I'm doing, or like I'm doing the like. I think she would be. I trust that she would either do it or say I can't do that. I need help or whatever. Versus someone that's afraid that they're gonna get fired. And waste time or money or not get the job or pretend like she's not gonna pretend basically.
That's good. Yeah, I agree.
I wanted to spend some time on this episode considering that not only having a virtual assistant now where I'm interviewing an employment manager, someone to be like the HR person, and then once I find that person, I'll also be interviewing for a I don't think I'm gonna call them an executive director. I don't think I necessarily want to have an executive director yet, but more so someone that's just gonna focus on like the quality of the programs themselves. So like, for example, I don't know if you ever took this, but you know the ECERS, ECERS and ITERS.
Either that or was someone else, but you gave us like books and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to say we started at least. I think you started, you wanted all of the teachers to do it.
Well, there's a certificate, like, is there a certification? Or there's like a class where you can learn about how to conduct an ECERS survey. I think I gave you the books.
Because I
gave you the books as teachers back then because we were going through Quality Stars New York, and they... At the end, like when we're ready for our rating, someone was going to come in and conduct an ECERS assessment on our program, but then COVID happened and that never happened.
Everything went left,
and we never like picked it back up. But I want to pick it back up. Yeah. I want to make sure that all of our programs score high on ECERS, according to ECERS standards, and ITERS, which is the infant toddler version. If you guys are unfamiliar, if you're listening or watching this, ECERS stands for Early Childhood Environment Rating Scale. Early Childhood Environment Rating Scale. According to Google, it is an easy-to-use evaluation instrument for rating early childhood settings. There are 37 items divided into 7 subscales. And then ITERS is the infant toddler childhood environment rating scale.
Which is good to know.
Yes. And then there's also, that is a like assessment tool for early childhood programs. And there's also CLASS, which is something I've heard about. CLASS stands for, I think it stands for Classroom Assessment Tool, or Classroom Assessment Scoring System.
Okay, Google that.
Ma'am, do we need click-clacking in the microphone? What are you calculating?
Oh, that picks it up? Sorry. You know how you're in class and she's just talking, you paying attention, but you gotta keep your hands busy? Sorry. You gave me the cool calculator. Now that it's growing on me, I'm looking like, oh, this is kind of cute. And it made the click-like noise. But yeah, so that
so after the employment manager person to help us like with recruiting and interviewing and selecting teachers.
So why wouldn't the employment manager also make sure the operations? Well, no, it'll be too much.
Yeah, because speaking of numbers, we currently have about 50. Well, now that we brought on new people, I think we have 56 employees.
Oh, so you have a certain amount, you have to have an HR department.
I don't think it's required, no, but like we have 56 employees. We need more for our current 3 sites, and we're about to open 2 more.
Possibly triplets. No, yeah.
2.
I've spoken to your dad.
We're not gonna.
Okay, so we're not doing triplets.
Triplets.
Were you gonna tell me?
I don't even think I told you about the 3rd.
Yes, you did. You sent me the video.
Oh no, you came. You came. Yeah.
And then what's that?
I'm not doing Queens anymore.
Oh, because your dad literally last week was saying that he went there to see what it looks like to fill it out, see what it's during the day. So we're really, because I know you gave an offer, they didn't get back to you guys.
So they did get back to us. It just seems, we're just trying to be like, we're in a season of like settling in, like I said a couple episodes ago. We don't want to overdo it. Right now, the 2 extra options we have in Long Island are like much less riskier than that one. Okay. And I like a good challenge. I like a good risk, but like, it's just not needed. Okay. We already have so much going on.
Pick and choose your risk. Pick and choose your stress.
We already have so much going on with these other 2. So with the other 2 that we're working on this year, we're going to be going from about 50 employees to at least like 80. At least 80. Man. Probably 90. God willing.
Probably 100. And it was need Plan B floaters and stuff, but go ahead.
It could very well be 100,
I feel
especially
like
with the university.
Yeah. I think most close to 100, and to you yourself to do the hiring process for that.
We can't, because it's not just like when you find somebody like, oh, now we found someone. No, they could leave, they could not work out, they could need to be terminated. So there's an ongoing need
at all times
to fill at what's going to be all 5 locations.
And with what we just learned not that long ago from the meeting, there's some things I know for sure there's some changes we have to make.
Yeah, so having one designated person that their only focus is making sure we have enough teachers. Yeah, that's gonna be a beautiful thing. So that way, Gigi, you can stop bothering me. How she
mentioned I was late is because I was in the classroom and I bother her every day. And it's funny, I do it on purpose. Like, we can have a great morning meeting, and towards the end, I'll be like, "We need 3 more people over here. Just want to let you know, nicely."
Yeah.
I do bother Daniel a lot. Only because it's needed. That's it. I wouldn't bother if it wasn't needed.
That's not true. She would absolutely bother me regardless.
Not true.
So yeah, we're with the employment manager. After that, we would try to find a quality person, quality control person. So what would that's the title?
I don't know. That executive.
I don't know. I'm really trying to be intentional about the titles, because it is we are a fast-growing company, and I am aware that everybody might not stay with us for a long time or forever. And if they leave and go to somewhere else, like, I want them to have a title that is, kind of like an industry standard. And it's like, yeah, I was a blank before, which is why for you, I'm like, okay, parent coordinator. Like, people will know what a parent coordinator is. That makes sense. It tracks. I don't even honestly love the title employment manager, but I wasn't comfortable yet putting a job out for a HR director, because that's really kind of what I want to work towards, only because I'm not sure what is exactly required of an HR director and what their qualifications are supposed to be. So I'm hoping to find somebody with some experience in HR that can grow, that can build it. They can get the proper qualifications. I found a class. I'm honestly going to take it myself. It's a 6-month class, and I'm going to make that person take it as well. Okay. Pay for them to take it as well. And we can, and I'm honest during the interviews, I'm like, honestly, you're not coming in filling a role that already existed. There's going to be growing pains, and we're going to figure it out.
Yeah, as long as you're honest with that. And especially if you're going to bring on someone who's new and who's willing to the position, I'm sure they'll be open to say, hey, in my experience, this is what's required. Because I'm sure they're going to know what the city and, the state, because we're not the city, we're boroughs, but the city is requiring when it comes to certain things in the HR department. Mm-hmm.
So with the HR person, the quality person, you are bookkeeper / billing supervisor / future accountant. Verizon is calling me. What is her? That's for my personal. That's for my Philly. I still have my Philly apartment.
You still paying rent over there, girl?
I left the lease early, and if I broke it, it would have.
When do you stop paying rent? Yes, look at my face. She's living in a whole other state. When are you gonna stop? If that's the case, you lucky's not down the block. Emily, child, let's go spend a night. What are you?
No, I have thought about I should just go spend the. I can't do that.
I whispered it, so you can. I can't. You know how people do that? No. So what is the plan?
Lease ends in next month. It ends next month. Anyway, that's not too bad. But that's the Verizon calling me to tell me to return my equipment.
Do you have anything in there?
Just garbage. Things I don't. I just need to clean it out.
Okay. Well, let me know. I'll help you clean it out. Do a nice trick.
Yeah. But anyway, what is her title going to be when she finishes school? Financial.
It's not CPA? CPA?
No, she won't be a CPA. She will be an accountant. Mm-hmm. But there's
There's a title for it?
There's a specific title in companies. I don't know. Our financial person.
I don't know, but after you had your meeting, sis was like, yeah, I ain't got time for anything.
And I said, you better tell. Did she tell you that? Because I said, you better tell Gael, because Gael was trying to tell me that, like, you could do it all. I'm telling you, you can't.
You know why she didn't tell me that? Because she came to me to advocate for her. Again, just so y'all know, everybody come to me to speak to her. Little do they know, she got no problem telling me no. But anyway, she came to me to advocate for that, which is why I was going hard. And I said it. I said, I was told you're only scratching the surface of what you're supposed to be doing. When she has the time, there's more to come. Oh, I'm sure. Okay. I'll pass the message along. She did not, and I know she did not on purpose, because she knew I told you.
Our billing person is currently a Jill of all trades. She's doing whatever. She's so helpful.
Of me, like a mini version of a young version. Like, she's willing, so helpful, so
she
polite.
wants to do everything and help everybody in all their roles, and she does everything very well.
Yes.
But she recently a couple months ago took on this billing supervisor position or bookkeeper position, where she's currently only like keeping track of parent payments.
What did you show because baby, she put in the group chat with the quickness she can't do it. First she said she could do both, but now she's saying she got more. She had a meeting with you and she's gotten more duties. So hey, I know I said I could do the assistant. As I'm still being your assistant and learning more of my position, let's start planning to find someone to help her, because I cannot do both. But basically she was like, what she was currently doing before your meeting was only took a couple minutes throughout the day, which is why she was doing everything and she wasn't burnt out. But I think between taking on other tasks and then still doing what she was doing to help out and censor, and then had the meeting with you, she sat down and realized, okay, I need to eliminate some of these that I'm putting myself to help with. So let me take a step back. Again, still help, and she's actually helping to find somebody to help. Basically, she's finding someone to step in before she takes a step back.
I was like, please just let our director talk to them.
Yeah.
But now that's settled. I told her we'll have somebody in place.
Well, it's not settled yet because we haven't found anyone.
I did.
So it's starting by Monday. She still needs help by Monday. You saw in the chat.
In the chat, I put by April 3rd, we'll have somebody in the position. Monday is not April 3rd.
Okay, so she's still going to be helping until then. That's my question.
And yes, we have the employment manager who I'm trying to hire by next week as well, so that they can start taking over. Their 40 hours a week of work is literally just posting ads for jobs, doing the picking candidates to interview them, go through their
resume,
go through their application and their follow-up answers to their questions, select them, put them through the Edpuzzle training, then check the training. Because honestly, all that I have been checking for is that they are watching the videos. I haven't been looking at their answers yet. I am going to look at their answers. Because
that makes sense, because it passes them either way. It's still 6 out of 6 and it allows you to move on. So you're not even checking to give the correct answers.
Yeah, it's not.
Somebody emailed me that. Or somebody messaged
you don't
me
have
that,
to.
They pick whatever answers and let you move on.
Yeah, you don't have to get the right answer. You just have to answer.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but okay.
Maybe there's a setting I can change.
Because you want them, at least if anything, if they give an answer, if it's incorrect, show the correct answer. And I know it doesn't do that.
Oh, it doesn't show the correct answer?
I don't think so.
Because I can mark in. So basically, we're talking about how in my I recently, and I'm gonna make a YouTube video about this soon. But the orientation, we just redid our orientation process, where now we have a 5-day orientation, and the first 3 days are virtual trainings that are videos I made, and within the videos I uploaded them to a website called Edpuzzle, and with Edpuzzle you can insert questions that are either multiple choice or short answer or like a voice note kind of thing. So you can force a pause in a video that you uploaded and make the person viewing it answer a question and then when they answer it, they can move on. And then as the person that gave the assignment, is what it's called on Edpuzzle, if you gave the assignment, you can see their progress to see that the percentage of the video they watch. You can see the questions that they answer in real time and their answers and all of that. So I've been monitoring our new hires as of the last couple of weeks to make sure that they have gone through and watched the videos and that they answered the questions. But it's so many questions and so many people, I have not yet had the time to like check each answer to make sure it's like the right answer, or to give them the feedback that like, oh,
you chose this answer.
Yeah, but just making sure you understand, like, so I want to have this employment manager person be on top of that. Like, you're picking the people, you're putting them through the training, and you're following up with them after the training. Okay. So basically, by the time they get to you, or not you, not me, but
we need to get on me too, because Danny's put me a whole nother department, but that's another topic, different
the director of the center. By the time they get to the director, literally everything is done. They are A+ employee.
What I don't want to add is, would that person also make sure they do the like trainings,
all the forms?
No, the trainings that require with the state, like sexual harassment training. Like
that's part of the Edpuzzle.
Okay, great.
I put that in Edpuzzle.
Okay, yay, because I know we used to have to do it like as a whole staff.
We're gonna do that on Staff Development Day. It's annual. Everybody's supposed to do it annually.
Okay.
So I'm gonna send that out on the 7th, which is a Staff Development Day.
Great. How do you feel from house? It's not even center, house daycare, about to have 5 centers. You're creating an HR department, an enrollment department. You created a billing department. You have so many departments. We are looking into the company's headquarters. Okay? Mm-hmm. Actually, she has it. She just said she's moving forward with it.
Well, we don't have it yet, but we are moving forward.
Danny, Christine, how do you feel? Oh, did you? I'm sure you've seen it, visualized it, felt it, but you're here now.
I don't think I have seen or visual like
you've never. It. You had to, because you're nonstop pew ideas.
Yeah, but then with one of my I think good things and bad things about me is that when I have an idea, I want to do it now.
I know.
So I don't have I feel like I don't have like, it's not like, oh, where we are today, I thought about it 2 years ago. No, I wasn't thinking this big 2 years ago.
Really?
No. Really? 2 years ago when we were in the process of opening the 3rd location, that's where my mind was.
So you thought that was it, or you just felt like
it's not that I think that's it. Okay, so if I'm being honest, I think that like what I know is that I can't even really say what we're working towards, because I don't want to reveal it yet. I do have an idea of what we're working towards.
Can you say to me when this is off? Like, how you gonna tell that?
You know already. I've mentioned it before. I know what we're working towards, but I don't like dream about it every day. Like, I don't think about it every day, or like I'm not like I can't wait
towards it every day.
Oh, I am, but not the. I'm like doing what's the next thing to be excited about. Okay. So right now, the next thing that I'm excited about is bringing on these people, like the enrollment manager, and when that's done, the quality person, making sure you get into your parent coordinator role, and making sure that we have like the administrative staff for the university, which is opening in a few months. So that's where my immediate focus is. But in the way back of my mind, I do know that like, okay, eventually, and I think I'm thinking of what that eventually is as more so of an exit plan, kinda, which is why I'm not really saying it, I guess. I would love to share, but I don't know.
Edit out, dude.
No.
Can you whisper it to me? They can't
Okay.
hear you. Okay. Oh yes! was in my head.
Scared my dog.
I'm so sorry. I'm glad you whispered to me because I almost blurted it out because I'm like, it has to be. In my head, I'm going down the list. I'm like, and that was one of it, and I didn't want to blur it out.
Yeah.
I honestly thought you forgot about it. It's funny because I mentioned that to your dad, and he was like, that's still the goal. We're just finishing some things out.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So we tried to start that process a couple years ago, and honestly, the timing was just off.
Okay.
We fell under hard financial times, which I explained in a couple episodes ago, and we were just going through a lot of struggles back a couple years ago and last year. Like we're just getting out of those struggles. So it's not the best time to do something like that because just the nature of what that is.
Yes.
So
I agree.
I think, and that in itself is a whole separate, that is a business. Once we get into doing that, that is an industry in itself versus childcare. So I don't even want you to ask questions because you're going to reveal.
I'm not asking questions. You're actually, now that you're saying, I'm talking about it and I'm hearing it, you're actually doing it in the perfect, you're creating your departments first. If you think about it, you're doing it in the best order that I think you should be doing it. Right. Not jump that and then create the department. You should have the foundation and you're just adding it to it. Mm-hmm. So see? Yeah. See?
But yeah, so that is the long-term goal eventually at some point. I'm not 100% sure when, but right now, I think to answer your question about how I feel and like, did I think it would get this far? Like, I think I'm someone that I have to have something to look forward to that's going to come soon. That's realistic. Even in personal life, like I'm going on a date today. Yeah. I'm going on a date today. I've been thinking about it for the past couple of days because I'm excited about it. In a couple months, we're going on a cruise. We're going on that vacation. I'm excited about it. I have to have something really close to look forward to.
No, I feel look forward to something that's happening next year.
No, that's way too far. If people ask me, sometimes people ask me to go on a trip or go on vacation. I remember one time my cousin Alyssa, a couple years ago, she asked me to go on a cruise. I think this was 2016.
She's coming, right?
No, I don't think so.
She said she was.
Well, you could text her later.
Okay, go ahead.
But I think in 2016, she asked me to go on a cruise that was happening in 2018. And I was like, I don't know where I'm going to be in 2018.
You have to put out there.
It's too far.
See,
I can't plan that far in advance.
I can't. I planned my daughter's birthday party 6 months in advance. Yeah, I'm just that. But I think it's the
And that's my problem. That's why we need my mom.
Is she a future planner?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. But I know that with the job that she's about to do,
that is the goal.
She's got to look at our calendar in advance and say, this is coming up in 3 months and you got to get a caterer. You got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do that. Do something.
Perfect.
Because I'm someone that's like, we're planning pajama day party extravaganza on Friday and trying to order thousands of dollars in pajamas and
when we could have done it realistically and financially, it would have been financially appropriate and better if we do plan ahead of time. Yeah. So yes, we need all the departments that I'm trying to create. They currently exist in my head by myself. Multiple personalities.
Seriously. So now I'm like, okay, time to come out and take in human form, please. Somebody help, please. So that's what I'm excited about. That is my immediate excitement. And then we had touched on, for a couple seconds, the office space. Gigi and I and my dad and my mom actually went to go see an office space yesterday. And last year on one of the episodes, I think the episode is literally titled, Do We Need an Office Space? We talked about it.
We did.
When we first had the idea.
You weren't really thrilled about it, which is why
I was excited about it. I was excited about it, but I eventually let the idea go because I was like,
first. I think I was excited about it more the first time, and you were more excited about it this time.
Yes. Okay. I let the idea go because we at the time we're still going through the financial issues that we were going through, and we didn't really need it. It was just gonna be. Who was even the other person? Oh yeah. Did I say my lips? No, they didn't.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it was just gonna be you and one other person.
And then you had mentioned also the person in the billing department because she was.
I don't even think she was.
She was. I remember because we were building.
But that was still so far.
Yeah, she was coming in, but we knew at some point she would have been going in.
But now she's here and she needs an office. We have the billing, marketing manager, enrollment, employment manager, the quality person.
You're counting your fingers. It's not big enough. Like she went to 5. I looked at the place. It's not big unless we're doing.
It is huge.
We're doing cubicles. We're gonna create cubicles for everyone.
It is a huge space. You don't even want an office in there.
I don't. But
so then
she's gonna give me an office. I want one with my own.
No,
and
I'm not wasting an office space that you're not gonna use.
The office
that we're going that we're gonna get is I have a video of it. Maybe if you follow me on Instagram. At Dani Christine Consulting. Follow me on Instagram at Dani Christine Consulting. I'll post the video when we sign the lease. We didn't sign the lease yesterday. We were just going to view it. You gave me a lease for the 5th location.
Oh, okay.
We were negotiating the lease terms and we needed to print it and get it signed. Yay. Which, thank you for reminding me of that because I got to send it to them.
Yes, it's on the counter. You need to, I don't know why you don't do the whole cut and ribbon. Yeah, it is. That's like it's on the counter. For the big one, I don't want to say it out loud, you need to do a whole ribbon ceremony because that's a huge step.
Where are we going to cut it? We already talked about it. It's a university.
Yes.
Where she's talking about the contract.
We need to cut an orange ribbon.
Where? In front of the study hall?
That little section by the vending machine, let's be proud. Or even further down by the mural that I know we're gonna make. Yeah. But still, that's a huge step for you in your business. Like I'm sure you guys know we're opening up a university.
We are the child care center operators for a university. We were selected.
Through a whole process. We had to present. It was me, Dani.
I'm so mad we don't have video of that. I was honestly a little disappointed that she didn't take the video for us.
What did she take of us?
Nothing. I brought the other person that came so that she could take a video of me presenting.
I forgot what she said, but look, we didn't even get to take a group picture. You have to take a group picture.
Yeah, we went with our little logo blazers.
That whole process. That was
we could pretend.
And you could have released it for March Women History because when I tell you, baby, we was giving women empowerment.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's a huge thing you should really be proud of and make it a very big deal because we're talking about centers. You did a whole university, and I'm not saying you're the only person that's doing it, but that is a big step for someone in Nassau County. For now, we're in a university, and then possibly more university because once we plant that seed, they're gonna see us. Oh, you're already in a SUNY university. Great. You know the process. They select you, of course, because you were great. Let's go to Buffalo. Let's go to that HBC. Can you imagine?
Your head is very much not in the case.
HBC. Wouldn't you be proud? Wouldn't you be proud of one in St. John's?
I don't know if that's the path.
I'm a very visionary person. Once we start something somewhere, I just envision it blossoming more into it.
I do too, but not necessarily. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to open inside of a universe and have
and we were selected. I don't know if you told them the process.
Yes, we talked about the scam.
All right. No, because we put a lot into that.
Yes, I'm very happy that we have that. This was meant for us. It's a different experience. Having a free space, that's the biggest thing for me, is just free space. Even if it doesn't work out, God forbid we don't have the enrollment that we need, what are we paying for?
When she say free space, meaning we ain't paying rent.
Right. It's yes. We don't have to pay for building costs. We don't have to pay for the rent or utilities or anything, which is fantastic. We just have to pay for our staff and barely even honestly supplies because it's furnished.
We have to do, and not only that too. Even if we do pay, we have to submit it, and I think they reimburse us. If we need supplies, I remember they're saying make a list of what we need.
Yeah. Even if they don't, it's
still
truly.
It's still balance it out because you're saving so much without having to give utilities, Right, like you said.
Like, that's super, super, super low risk. Like, anyway. But
which
I'm
want
not...
you to do it more.
I guess. But I guess my vision is not to be a... Like, I don't know if you're familiar with... what's that place called? Is it Bright? What's the daycare? It's all Bright Horizons. Bright Horizons is, I don't know if they're in other states, but
I think they are.
They're all over.
Are they affiliated with Tutor Time? I know Tutor Time has like that company has multiple, like Montessori has multiple different.
Bright Horizons is a United States-based childcare provider and is the largest provider of employer-sponsored childcare. It also provides backup childcare and elder care, tuition program management, education advising, and student loan repayment programs. It's headquartered in Newton, Massachusetts. So employer-sponsored childcare. So basically, I think that like a lot of companies contract with Bright Horizon to pay Bright Horizon
to open daycares within their companies,
right? So that like their employees can
come to work,
can have
childcare.
So that's kind of like something similar to what is happening in the university. They're not paying us, but they're giving us the space in lieu of rent. Yeah. So we're having free space so that their students and staff primarily can get childcare. It's not for free for them, but they're like, right? Yeah, they're kind of like requiring us to offer discounts for their students and staff. But anyway, that's not exactly quite the model that I see like expanding.
Okay.
Especially with what we're trying to do, what I just told you.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But if an opportunity, I'm really someone that's all about good opportunities. Mm-hmm. And this was a good opportunity brought to us by a scammer.
Thank you.
So if another opportunity like this presents itself, I'll absolutely take it. But I'm not going to I don't think I would bang doors down to try to get it. Whereas when we see a good standalone building that has a daycare in it that is no longer I'm sending out letters.
Hold on. See the answer to the phone.
And maybe that'll change because sometimes I change my mind. Admittedly, sometimes I change my mind. But for now, this one, and this is the perfect university for us.
I agree.
With how close it is, how big it is, how just convenient it is.
I'm sitting here I'm still looking at us all three at that table right now.
Wouldn't it have been nice to have a picture?
And you know what? I'm putting it out there. They didn't even want me to come.
That's not true. I did not want you to come.
Danny didn't want us to come. Danny didn't.
You're telling lies.
Danny didn't. We were supposed to speak. I'm glad she didn't let us speak, but whatever. But she didn't even want us to wear the blazer. Danny didn't want nothing to do with us.
I didn't want us to wear the blazer?
I said, can we wear a blazer? She was like, I guess.
That doesn't mean I didn't want it. It was your idea. The blazer was your idea.
Either way, I envisioned it, and it came out the way I wanted to be, the way I envisioned it. And I just sometimes feel like you downplay your strength sometimes.
What should I do? Stand on the table and beat my chest? You
could have beat your chest in the car if you wanted to, not on the table. She was like, okay, I guess let's go. And honestly, sometimes that's you and how you process things. And that's why I think we balance each other out very good sometimes. But either way, it was a process that needed to happen, and we did it, and the outcome was amazing. It was amazing. I knew it was fun. I swear to you, once Danny sent the application,
I cried on the way to the.
I wasn't gonna say that. I wanted to say it, but I'm glad she said it
because I was.
And that's why I said
nervous.
You downplay your strength.
Did we even talk about it post? I don't think we talked about it post interview.
No,
I'm sorry, guys. This episode is all over the place.
You're basically just
we're supposed to be talking about
I'm sure they don't mind, but we talked about it a little bit. Honestly, I think Danny, you didn't finish anything till the night before because you were really scared.
Right. I know we talked about it to the point on the episode to the point where we were talking about the scammer, the application process, submitting the proposal, all that. But I don't think we discussed what happened after
we were done.
After we went to do the presentation. And actually, I probably intentionally didn't talk about it because, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna throw this out there.
Thought we were gonna get it.
No.
Yeah.
I wanted to, after we found out we got it, I wanted to invite Brandy to New York to come on the podcast with us. Brandy is the one that I spoke to. I sent you her profile and I told you she like kind of talked some sense into me with going through like what to expect basically, because she has I think she has a contract with the IRS to be their daycare provider.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so she has gone through this experience before. And I think I'll just leave it at that. But I wanted to ask her to come and be a guest on our podcast or something. So I wanted to talk about it with her. So I'll save that for another episode if she agrees. Brandy, please come on the podcast.
Now, see, they gonna put that pressure on her. Now she's got no choice.
No pressure.
But that was a great process.
It was if anything,
it was
a good experience.
Yeah, because everything was always, the state or CFS, like Dani, to the point where Dani could do that stuff with her eyes closed. This was unfamiliar territory, and I saw you go through the process naturally, organically, and every emotion. And it's funny, as I'm saying that, I'm looking at her like, girl, you talk with the state. This is bothering you? Literally. Like, we're driving there. And I'm in the passenger seat, and our other person's in the back. I'm over here on my phone, right? I'm like, and our person in the back is, are you okay? She's fine. I ain't even let her answer. She's fine. And you want some apple juice? You okay? So driving. I said, okay, we here. You good? We good. I let her go through her motions. We got out that car and it was a gun blazing, and we got it.
Yeah, we got it.
Exactly.
Good job.
I really asked if she wanted apple juice. You remember that?
Yeah.
A Coke, or was it a Coke?
I
know it doesn't make you feel better. But yeah, let's save the rest of the details for Brandy.
Yeah. If she comes on, really no pressure, Brandy. I'm sorry. I should have asked first. But
back to numbers. Did we even?
We don't have time for the numbers.
We didn't even finish speaking about numbers, but
we could do another episode. This was great.
I keep telling Dani we need this. We need this every single day. We need this. But honestly,
every day, a daily podcast. I don't think that the world is ready for what we go through on a daily basis. Not at all.
Listen, but either way, now I'm sure we're going to talk about it at a different episode. But now that I'm coming off site, being
the parent coordinator.
I don't know if I like that title. Here we go again, but whatever. Parent coordinator just gives me, let's set up for the PTA meeting.
No, you're not the parent teacher association coordinator.
Why do you know that title?
We were part of the PTA at the first location.
Yes,
we went and joined the PTA.
We were so involved in the school district, and we will be again. I kind of miss that relationship in a sense, because they also gave us some input too of things that we need to know. But as we end this episode, and Dani talking about different department, I am really looking forward to my new position. I'm not gonna lie. I was feeling a little salty at first because, to be very honest with you, I am, and it's probably what I need to honestly take a step back as I'm talking about it. I'm quickly jump into everyone's situation to help them out, and maybe it is time for me to take a step back and for someone who is supposed to be stepping in on those situations, handle the situation, as opposed to me, like you said, I hop around to everything.
What are you talking about?
My position.
Well, what are you salty about now? What do you mean? Like with the staff? Jumping in to help with the staff?
Like, I'm salty in a way like I won't be that person to help staff anymore if needed. But then again, I had to tell myself, like, there are times where I did feel overwhelmed, and maybe I do need to step back and focus on the strength that I have, which is, and again, I'm saying this because the tour yesterday reminded me how much I miss engaging with our parents consistently, and especially being that first person that they make contact with. it's refreshing to talk about like our business and what we do and the love that we have for the community and the kids. And honestly, it could be stressful with staff asking me questions and I have to follow up with Dani. So it's going to feel good not having to be in charge of anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But then also I feel some type of way because I'm so used to telling somebody to go have several seats, pretty please, nicely, though. Nicely. But yeah, let's see what happens, and let's. I'm looking forward to this change because we're going through a time of change, literally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know we're going through a time of change.
Oh, I don't know.
Are we going through change? We are going through a time of change, especially at the center.
That was a hypothetical.
We are like, and I know, and Dani hears when I say that because she's not physically at the center. She when I say that, but being physically at the center and feeling the emotions of my staff and everyone there, we do feel the shift and change, but it's a good shift. I just want to leave them feeling that they're going to be in the right hands because staff is nervous. Staff has come to me and say, "What's going to happen when you leave?" And I said, everything's going to be great when I leave. And I'm not leaving. I'm still part of the company. And I'm sure if there's something you need to know, if you contact me, I'll make sure that I forward the message to the appropriate person. And that's it. So
they're going to be fine. You left a team of staff before.
I know. And it was the same thing. I was scared too. But I was comfortable because we left them in the right hands. And I do feel like we're leaving the staff in a pair of good hands as well.
Exactly.
It'll be fine.
Yes.
We need to really sit down and crunch the numbers for the summer program so we know if we need to do a classroom change. And then we need to put out another boost because parents are saying they didn't
you see this?
Summer.
What's happening right now?
What's happening right now?
This conversation would be happening with our billing person, our bookkeeper. You talking about crunching numbers? I'm going to get her a calculator just like this.
And she will love it. She's so cute. She's so cute.
What is the capacity of each classroom? How many kids are? You would be telling her, okay, I got this many inquiries about for our school age program. Can you tell me how many seats we have open? Our virtual assistant, can you please send the registration form?
I think I overbooked.
Now it's not just.
I have two more kids starting. It's not just me. It's not just you anymore. Now I'm thinking about it. I think I have 2 kids starting next week, and I'm not even sure we have the space, but I think what helps out is the 2:00 kids. But like I said, we're doing good with numbers. We're doing good with enrollment, at least for our 3rd location. I really haven't really been able to look into it, and that's also why I'm happy too, because I don't know what the enrollment process looks like. I don't know how their tours are going. I don't know. I don't know if the tracker. I know they're not updating the tracker that I have them. I know what it is, but I know it isn't. Like I need to like visually and speak to them and say who's coming every day or what's your classroom, what's in the tracker. Yes. Kids disenroll and I don't know, they don't update.
Similar to our bookkeeper, you are also only scratching the surface of Christ. What you should be doing. So
that means I'm gonna have a meeting and I'll do the same thing to the group chat. Guys, I can't step into the classroom no more. I can't come in on this day anymore.
You're gonna have several meetings with me very soon.
This was so fun. I can't wait till I'm not on site. We're going to have much more. Honestly, you might have, remember at one point we were ahead of schedule?
Yeah, for like 2 weeks.
We're going to be more than ahead of schedule. To the point where maybe it'll be, you'll post more often. It'll be more than just Tuesdays.
Yeah. I forgot to finish what I was saying. If you follow me on Instagram at Dani Christine Consulting, I will, once we sign the lease for our office space, I'll post a tour of it. It's basically a suite where there's like a nice waiting area, which is cool. Not that we're going to have visitors. A nice waiting area with possibly like a reception. True.
Okay.
With a reception window, and then behind the reception window is like this huge open space, which could be like what I envision to be like our training center when we have, I think instead of having in-person staff meetings on site in the centers, we can have in-person staff meetings at our training center.
I agree.
So it can be adult tables and chairs in that big open room behind the window. Not with all 5 centers staff. Not with all 5 centers. Maybe we could just do
this location on this day. This location there, because the goal is to save money and stop having to like go out. Right.
And stuff. So we could We could do that. Like a training room with like a projector or something. And then there was a conference room, like a long skinny room where we could put a boardroom table, kind of like conference table.
Yes.
A bathroom, a kitchenette, and there was 3 small offices.
Yes.
And 2 like storage closets. So it's a decent sized space. So I was thinking like the 3, I'm not even like, I don't care to take an office, but I think our employment manager for sure is going to need one.
Billing department for sure.
I
don't think the marketing person. I think
maybe the marketing person can
because
just
she
be,
travels.
Yeah, she could maybe she could have the reception area.
That or I was gonna say she could possibly still keep the pink room, but then I also don't want her to be acts of services, because at some point I know you want people to focus on their role, because she goes back to on site, it could be, hey, can you do breaks, so it could be where she does the receptionist area, like she begins her day at the corporate office and then travel and then come back to the corporate office. Corporate office,
headquarters, executive office, I don't know what are we gonna call it. I don't know, leave a suggestion in the comments below. And then the third office, billing, employment manager. That's not HR. Employment manager is like HR. Yeah. Then you have mentioned someone the quality person. Yes. The quality person.
That's the person you're going to be looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's 3 main ones. So they could take the 3 main office, and then at the other space it could be where you set up, like if more people come, like share office 2x2. Like basically the way the pink room is.
Yeah. We should probably just do that anyway, so nobody feels imposed upon.
Yes. So they come in already.
They know that this is gonna be, every office is a shared office.
I agree, because that prepared. Well, if it wasn't me and my personality, it could have been where me and that other person kind of like felt like you're coming into my space. But because of our personality, it wasn't that. But it definitely want to make people aware of what they're coming into. Definitely
that corner room with the. Like that one is too big to just be one person.
I agree.
We should just put 2 desks in each of the rooms. 2
from that jump. Actually, you have to order the desks, so just put it in there with the chairs from 1, and then the doors will have their department name on it.
Yeah. Oh. All right. This has been great. Follow me on Instagram at Dani Christine Consulting. Follow Gigi on Instagram.
At Gigi Solutions.
At Gigi.Solutions. Okay? It'll be in the description. Listen to this podcast audio only on wherever you get your podcast streaming platforms. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever. And while you're there, if there's a place for you to leave a rating and review, do that.
And comments. We like the comments.
Yes. Or if you're watching on YouTube. Yes, if you're watching on YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/Dani Christine if you'd like to see the video replay of this, and leave a comment. Let us know what we should call our office space.
Yeah.
And any other opinion you have about all the 50 million subjects we just talked about.
And then other childcare companies, but other departments. Are you guys opening up departments, or is there a department you think we should also have, like some input?
Yeah,
feedback?
what are we missing?
Yes, to add to our company.
Yeah.
And how do you guys feel? Like, Dani just said 3 years. If you guys didn't see our first episode, go back and take a look at all of our episodes and catch up to now and see our growth, and let us know what you guys think.
That's a good one. Good job. All right. We will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Look at
George, how did we do?
George has to make an appearance every episode. Hold on.
Which is just fine, right, George? Because George be like, don't forget I'm here.
Hold on. Let me show him.
They didn't snip your eyelash, George? He moved. He knew you were coming. Look.
Oh. Hi, Georgie.
See, I'm fluffy because I was at the groomers. Fluffy. I love when you're fluffy.
All right, y'all. Adios.
Bye. Oh, you're not ready for your day, bro.